Yes, everyone. Once again, white box testing, two levels are there, such as what to what, unit testing, and as well as integration testing. Unit testing and as well as what? Integration testing. And as well as black box testing. Everyone, black box testing, two levels are there. What are the two levels? Such as system testing and as well as user acceptance testing. System testing and as well as what? User acceptance testing. Once again, white box testing, two levels are there. Unit testing and integration testing. And black box testing, two levels are there. One is system testing, second one is user acceptance testing. And our job, I mean, after completion of coding and white box testing, our job, black box testing. And black box testing, what is our job? Our job is called system testing. You know, what is system testing? Validating both. What are the both? Such as functional requirements and as well as non-functional requirements. Everyone, once again, what is system testing? Functional requirements and as well as non-functional requirement. What is mean by the functional? What is mean by the non-functional? Very simple. Validating, everyone, validating client or business requirements. Yes, validating client or business requirements are called functional. And as well as validating client or business expectations called non-functional testing. Once again, validating client or business requirements are called functional, and validating client or business expectations are called non-functional testing. Everyone, first of all, which one is important? Functional, non-functional? Once get the project, which one is important? Functional, non-functional? First, once the project is scheduled, first we have to focus on functional requirement. Whenever 100% functional requirements are whenever 100% functional requirements are completed, then we can validate types of non-functional testings. Then we can validate what types of non-functional testings. So today let us know what are the types of functional testings. Everyone, once again, system testing means nothing but validating both. What are the both? Such as functional requirements and as well as non-functional requirement. So validating client or business requirements are called functional, and validating client or business expectations are called non-functional. Non-functional. And first of all, let us know what are the types of functional testings. What are the types of functional testings? So let me explain, guys. Let me explain clearly. The first of all, everyone, let me explain clearly. What are the types of functional testing? First one, smoke testing, and also called as build verification testing. First of all, let me write all names. Smoke testing and also called as build verification testing. Next, positive and as well as negative testing and as well as retesting and as well as regression testing and as well as database testing and as well as data validation, data validation and integrity, data integrity, data volume testing. Next, exhaustive testing. Next, end-to-end testing. And finally, ad hoc testing. All are testing types which is comes into functional testing. Once again, once the project is scheduled, every testing engineer we have to focus on functional requirement. So whenever 100% functional requirements are completed, then we can go to validate types of non-functional testings. Then we can go to validate what? Types of non-functional testings. Types of non-functional testings. The first of all, smoke testing and also called as build verification testing. Smoke testing and also called as what? Build verification testing. First of all, what is meaning of the build? After completion of development, developer will release developed application to testing engineer. The developed application nothing but call as build. Once again, after completion of development, developer will release developed application to testing engineer. The developed application nothing but call as build. Who will release the build? My question, who will release the build? Yes, developer for testing. Once build release, before continue further testings, first of all to confirm whether build is suitable to continue further testings or not, checking basic functionality, nothing but call as smoke testing. Once again, everyone, let me write here. Once build released by developer, once build released by developer, to confirm, to confirm, yes, to confirm, suitable to continue, suitable to continue, further testings are not, further testings are not, all suitable to continue, further, yes, further testings are not. Yes, further testings are not, nothing but call as smoke testing. During this testing, if build is accepted, then only every team member, every testing engineer can start working on the application. Once again, what is mean by the smoke and build verification testing? Once developer developed the application to confirm the build is suitable to continue further testings are not, checking basic functionality, nothing but called as functional testing and also called as smoke testing. In case during this testing, if build is rejected, like they will send back to developer. So build means nothing but it's under construction application. Whenever 100% coding and testing completed, yes, whenever 100% coding and testing completed, then only we can continue further testings. When our 100% coding and testing completed, then only we can continue further testings. I hope you understood guys up to here. Next, positive and as well as negative testing. What is mean by positive? What is mean by negative? I'll open Mercury Travels and I'll open login page. I'll open Mercury Travels and I open the login page. So first of all, I'll create account. After create account, I'll enter the valid email ID and I'll enter the valid password. This is called what? Positive testing. Everyone, once open the application, I'll enter the valid email ID, valid password. Whether login successful or not is called positive. Same, I'll enter invalid email ID, invalid password. Whether application rejected or not is called negative testing. Everyone, once again, what is mean by the positive testing? What is mean by the negative testing? Application checked by the valid inputs are called positive testing, and application checked by the invalid inputs are called negative testing. Application checked by the valid inputs are called positive testing, and application checked by the invalid inputs are called what? Negative testing. Application checked by the invalid inputs are called negative testing. So, let me write here, application checked by valid inputs call what? Positive testing. Call positive testing. And next, same application checked by invalid inputs. Same application checked by invalid inputs. Call what? Negative testing. I have one doubt. My question is, everyone, with valid inputs, if application is working successfully, we can deliver to customer, na? Then why we are conducting negative testing? My question, understand? With valid inputs, if application is working, we can deliver to customer, na? Small example, see, I'll enter the valid email ID. Just enter valid email ID as Ramkira Trainer, and I'll enter the valid password. For example, it is a valid email ID and valid password. Valid email ID and as well as what? Valid password. Click on login. Yes, valid email ID and as well as what? Valid password. Click on login, which is called what? Positive. I'll enter invalid email and invalid password is called negative. So my question is, with valid inputs, if application is working, why we are going to negative testing? Because testing engineer main job, finding defects. What is our job? Finding defects. We can finding number of defects in negative testing, because in positive what we can do? Only one valid email ID, one valid password, click on login. But negative, invalid email ID, invalid password. Next, valid, invalid. Next, invalid, valid. Next, both are blank space. Understand my point? Understand my point? Once again, guys, what is mean by uh, negative testing? Application checked by valid inputs are called positive testing, and application checked by invalid inputs are called negative testing. Application checked by valid inputs are called positive, and application checked by invalid inputs are called negative. So my question is, why we are going to negative testing? Because to finding defects. Into time they'll ask, I'm writing here, everyone, I'm writing here, purpose of positive testing in the bracket, to confirm customer requirement. To confirm customer requirement. Negative, to finding defects. Once again, to confirm customer requirement, they are conducting positive testing. And to finding defects, perform negative testing. Next, re and regression. Example I show you, same login, everyone. For example, login page. I am performing testing on that. Password not working. If password not working, I report to developer. Everyone, password not working, I report to developer. Once I report to developer, once I report to developer, then developer fix the problem. Once they fix the problem, again and again testing on the password whether it is fixed or not. Got it my point? Once again, password I found the defect, I report to developer, developer fix the problem. Once fix the problem, to confirm whether it is fixed properly or not, again and again testing on defect modified functionality is called retesting. I'm writing here. I'm writing here. I'm writing here. Once defect fixed by developer. Once defect fixed by developer, again and again. Once defect fixed by developer, again and again, again and again, testing on defect modify functionality. Nothing but call retesting. Once defect fixed by developer, again and again testing on defect modified functionality is called retesting. What is meant by regression? Not only defect, everyone, not only defect. I have one doubt. While modify this password code, maybe possibilities are there. Side impact of email ID and login button also, right? So along with the defect, checking all related functionalities, nothing but call as regression testing. Everyone, once again, once defect fixed, once defect fixed. So not only defect one, once defect fixed by developer, uh, to check side effects of functionality, to check side effects of functionality along with defect, along with defect, checking all related functionality. Understand my point? Once again, everyone, once defect fixed by developer, to check side effects of functionality along with defect checking all related functionalities. All related functionalities, nothing but call as regression testing. Nothing but call as what? Regression testing. Nothing but call as what? Regression testing. I hope you understood, guys. What is the difference in between retesting regression? Retesting only defect one. Everyone. Regression means along with the defect checking all related functionalities. Where we can get 100% quality. Real regression. Where we can get 100% quality. I need your answer. first of all, I'll explain again. Retesting means only defect functionality checking. Retesting means only defect functionality checking, but regression means not only defect. Along with that, checking all related functionality. So we can ensure 100% quality. We can ensure 100% quality in regression, because regression means not only defect one now to check the side effects. Along with the defect, we are checking all related functionalities. But always regression testing, always regression testing manually not possible. Small example I'll tell you. Regression means, one example I'll tell you guys. Look at my screen. I'm testing on first name working, last name working, email ID, password, confirm password. This list box, I mean, are you able to see phone list box is there? Country, it is not working. Defect. I report to developer. Developer fixed. Now, if I want to perform retesting, only have to check the country code. But regression, along with the country code, all first name, last name, email ID, password, mobile number, register, checking all related functionalities. Maybe while fixing this problem, any side effects are there, not only defect one, checking all related functionalities. Nothing but call as regression testing. Always regression testing not possible. Always regression testing not possible. Once again and again testing on only defect modified functionality is called re. But along with that, checking all related functionality is called regression. We can ensure 100% quality by performing regression testing only. One small example, if I scroll down, are you able to see guys, and the last number of links are there? Just imagination, 100 links are there. How many? 100. Up to 90, everything is tested. 91, fail. Regression means 1 to 91. It will take too much of time. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 91. Again 92, fail. Regression 1 to 92. 93, fail. Again regression 1 to 93. It will take too much of time. Am I right, my point? Everyone, what is mean by regression? Along with the defect, checking defect related all functionalities. Along with the defect checking defect related all functionalities. Nothing but call as what testing? Yes, regression. Yes, nothing but call as regression testing. Next, guys, now are able to see the screen? I mean, some people message me, screen not visible, screen not visible. What about now? Not visible. 1 minute, 1 minute. Now are able to see? I selected regression testing. Okay, good, good. Next, database. First of all, what is mean by database? Smoke testing or positive, negative or re and regression, all are testings on front end application. All are testing on front end application. But database means it is a backend application. Everyone, I hope you understood, guys. In functional smoke testing, positive or negative, re-regression testings on front end, but database testing on backend application. What is mean by database? Collection of data. You know, if I open Mercury Travels, I'll go to register. I'll go to register. If I select register, if I enter all details, click on register, the details will be stored into Mercury server. Am I right, my point? If I open Flipkart, in the Flipkart, if I register, not Flipkart, sorry, if I open Facebook, in the Facebook, if I register, if I enter all my details, click on submit, my details will be stored into Facebook server. Instagram also same. Phone Pay, GPay, anything same. Whenever I'll insert some data, all details will be inserting into backend database. So what is mean by database? Collection of data, and it is a backend application of software. Backend application of software. What is mean by database? Collection of data, and it is a backend application of software. And even your data, my data, every data will be stored into one place, backend database, right? So database means not a single user data, it is a multiple user data. So let me write here, what is mean by database testing? It's a collection of data. It's a collection of data. Every user, every user details will be stored into backend database. I'm not writing where. It's a collection of data, and it's a backend application. It's a what? Backend. Yes, it's a backend application of software. Once again, it's a collection of data. It's a collection of data. It's a backend application of software. Backend application of software. Every data will be stored into backend database as a table format. Everyone, data store as a what? Table format. Yes, data store as a which format? Table format. Yes, as a what? Table format. It's a collection of data. It's a backend application of software. Data store as a table format. Next, validation, integrity, and as well as data volume testing. You know, first for example, let me take example of the Mercury. Today I'll go to register and I'll create new account. I'll enter the new first name, new last name. I'll enter all those new details. Click on register. Whenever insert new details, the date, click on register. The data, new data, correctly inserting or not in backend database is called data validation. Insert new data, the data correctly inserting or not is called data validation. Next, once again, what is mean by data validation? Data validation means nothing but insert new data, the data correctly updating or not is called data validation. After 1 month, I want to change my password. So existing data I want to change. Whenever insert new data, everyone inserting new data, the data correctly inserting or not is called data validation. Already created, after 1 month I am updating in the front end. I'm changing my password, I'm changing my DP, currently updating or not in backend database is called data integrity. And what is the capacity of database is called data volume. Every database, some limit will be there. It will accept 10 users, 50 users, 100 users. So every database limit will be there. If you want to check, everyone, if you want to check, like capacity of database, nothing but call as data validation. Data what? Validation. Nothing but call as data volume testing. Once again, data validation, insert new data, the data correctly inserting or not is called data validation. Data integrity, existing data modifications correctly modified or updating or not is called data integrity. Data volume, checking capacity of database is called data volume. So let me write correctness of inserting new data. Data integrity, modify existing data modifications. Modify existing data modifications. Yeah, existing data. Yes, modify existing data. Uh, oh, sorry, not modifications. Two times it came. Correctness of. Simply I'm adding the before. Correctness of modify existing data. Yes, correctness of modifying existing data. Next, data volume. Checking capacity. Checking capacity of database. Checking what to what? Everyone checking capacity of database, nothing but call as data volume testing. Once again, insert new data. The data correctly inserting or not is called data validation. Existing data modifications correctly modified or not is called data integrity. Checking capacity of database, nothing but call as data volume testing. Or data volume testing. Everyone, are you clear with? Are you clear with point? I need your response, guys. Say yes or no. Without your response, I can't continue. So definitely, I want your response. For my effect, only your response will create the more energy for me. Good. Thank you, guys. Next, exhaustive testing. What is mean by exhaustive testing? Try to understand once again, everyone. Exhaustive testing. What is mean by exhaustive testing? Exhaustive testing means nothing but exhaustive testing means nothing but let me show one small diagram here in paint application. Let's open example as bank application. So account number, just I'm showing example for the exhaustive testing. Account number, next IFSC code, next minimum balance. Finally, I can submit this. IFSC account number, IFSC code, minimum balance, and as well as submit button. Account number, everyone, account number, minimum 10, maximum 12 with only numerics. IFSC code, minimum 4, this is example, maximum 8, minimum 4, maximum 8 with alphabets and as well as numerics. Minimum balance only numerics. Minimum 5,000, minimum 5,000 and maximum 5 lakhs. Minimum 5,000 and maximum 5 lakhs. Just imagination, it is example. Account number minimum 10, maximum 12. IFSC code minimum 4, maximum 8. Minimum balance minimum 5,000 and 5 lakhs. So now we are discussing about as exhaustive testing. So what is mean by exhaustive testing? Very simple. If we test a functionality with all possible inputs. Here, how many functionalities are there? 3. First of all, let me write. Go back to notepad. I am writing. If we test a functionality with all possible inputs. If we test a functionality with all possible inputs. If we test a functionality with all possible inputs are called exhaustive testing. You know, always exhaustive testing is not possible. Always exhaustive testing is not possible. Then what we have to do? We have to use automation tools. Selenium. Best example I'll tell you. Account number. First of all, if you test a functionality, account number one functionality, IFSC code one functionality, minimum balance one functionality, nothing but every requirement call as one functionality. Every requirement call as one functionality. So account everyone, every requirement call as one functionality. Yes, every requirement call as one functionality. Account number minimum 10, maximum 12. 10, 11, 12, like that all functionalities working or not. IFSC code minimum 4, maximum 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 working or not. And minimum balance 5,000 and 5 lakhs, 5,001 rupee, 5 lakhs, 5,001 rupee, 5,002 rupee, up to 5 lakhs. If you test a functionality with all possible inputs are called exhaustive testing. But account number we can perform exhaustive. How? 10, 11, 12 like that. IFSC code 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But minimum balance is required definitely more time. 5,000, 5,001 rupee, 5,002 rupee, 5,003 rupee. It will take too much of time. Am I right? Then how to test? So account number exhaustive testing possible. IFSC code exhaustive testing possible. What about minimum balance? Minimum balance required more time. Minimum balance required what? More time. Once again, what is mean by exhaustive testing? If we test a functionality with all possible inputs, but always manually not possible, we have to go to exhaustive, we have to go to automation tool. Next, end-to-end testing and as well as ad hoc testing. End-to-end testing and as well as ad hoc testing. What is mean by end-to-end testing? What is mean by ad hoc testing? Very simple. Everyone, end-to-end testing and as well as ad hoc testing. Whenever we have sufficient time, testing the project from starting to ending, from left side logo onwards up to the right side, this link, Thailand link. So whenever we have sufficient time, testing the application from starting to ending, all functionalities nothing but call as end to end. Whenever we don't have sufficient time, testing main modules nothing but call as ad hoc testing. Once again, everyone, whenever we have sufficient time, testing application from starting to ending is called end to end. Whenever we don't have sufficient time, testing only main modules are called ad hoc. Let me write everyone. If we have sufficient time, then testing application from starting to ending. Got it? Whenever, if we have sufficient time, then testing application from starting to ending. Nothing but call as what? End to end. Whenever if you don't have sufficient time, yes, due to lack of time, testing only what? Main modules of application. Testing main modules of application, nothing but call as ad hoc testing. Nothing but call as what? Ad hoc testing. Once again, if you have sufficient time, testing application from starting to ending is called end to end. Due to lack of time, testing only main modules of applications, nothing but call as ad hoc testing. Everyone, see, exhaustive testing, if you test a functionality, with all possible inputs, nothing but call as exhaustive. If you have sufficient time, testing application testing application from starting to ending starting to ending nothing but call as end to end. Whenever due to lack of time, testing main modules are called ad hoc testing. Are you clear my point up to here? Once again, guys, I'll repeat all. Once again, I'll repeat all. Everyone, what is mean by smoke testing? Smoke testing means nothing but test. Once build released by developer, developer checking basic functionality, whether build is suitable to continue further testings or not. Next, positive or negative application check by valid inputs are called positive testing, and application check by invalid inputs are called negative testing. Is called what? Negative testing. Understand? So where we can find out defects? In negative testing only. After again and again testing on defect modified functionality is called retesting. To check side effects of the functionality. Along with the defect checking all related functionalities, nothing but call as regression. In regression testing only we can ensure 100% quality. Next, database collection of data validation, in correctness of new data and existing data modifications, checking capacity. Exhaustive, if you test a functionality with all possible inputs end to end, if you have sufficient time, testing application only main mod, starting to ending. Due to lack of time, starting to ending. Are you clear my point up to here? Under ad hoc testing, sub-testings are there such as buddy testing and pair testing, exploratory testing, and very important, monkey testing. Yes, all are under this ad hoc testing. These testings tomorrow we can continue, but one question I'm asking, only manually are able to test application? Only manual are able to test application? No. Definitely you have to learn both. What are the both? Manual and as well as automation and as well as Selenium. Yes, automation and as well as Selenium. You know one thing? Now we're learning theoretical, right? We are learning theoretical. Mostly from Wednesday, everyone, from the Wednesday or Thursday